Oh, what up, party people? You are live in the Freedom Lab. We are live here in the Freedom Lab. I see that a lot of you are joining here live. That's awesome for me to see because I love interacting with you. Please say what's up in the chat here. If you're watching on mobile, that's below. If you're watching on desktop, that should be on the side. I'm Jam at Peaceful Media. I have a little bit of a cold going on. Thank you to my 18-month-old daughter. But my body is doing a great job of resisting and saying, nah, I don't really need that cold. I will slow down. I will get some extra rest. I will take my vitamin C and my fish oil and my D3 because it's Portland, Oregon. And I will overcome this cold. But listen, today in the lab, say, hey, what's up? Hey, yo. By the way, if you're watching these on replays on YouTube, come on over to, hopefully you can hear me. Come on over to freedomlabshow.com and opt in. It's free. And join us live, 9 a.m. PST every Wednesday morning. You can come over here and ask your questions, and I'll try to get to them as the episode goes on as much as possible. As you know, this is season 2. We're talking all about how to launch an online course or an online product for your business. And I'm, as you know, the construct of this is I'm launching a course right now with Peaceful Media called Launch 31, and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm approaching every single piece, and hopefully I can get some players that have helped me within the team, and also my external team, my group surrounding me, the mastermind of brilliant people who've helped me shape our course and our course launch and everything that we're doing to create awareness and buzz around this blockbuster product. So so season 2 is underway. We're episode 2 here. As you might have heard in the first episode, I talked a lot about why do this, and hopefully I guided you to see that this needs to be a lot more than just for the money or just for replacing whatever you're doing out there in your main hustle in your 9-to-5er. Let me shut this. And hopefully I guided you to see that the courses and for that matter, the brands that really take off and rise quickly are the ones who started from the motivation of helping people, coming from that place, an overabundance of energy that just wants to help and support as many people as possible. And that's going to translate really well into today's topic. And that's where we talk about where I sourced ideas for the Launch 31 course, where I went to for inspiration, and everything from the branding all the way down to the nuances of what I taught, where I sourced that material. And when I think this ties in perfectly, because when you are starting from a place of, oh God, I just want to help people, or to get more specific, gosh, I keep hearing that problem. I know how I can help people solve that problem. Now I just want to, I need to help them in a way that scales. That's where a course comes from, right? That's where you keep hearing that problem. You know you have a solution to that problem, or you think you could create a solution to that problem. And one-to-one is only going to go so far. So you go, okay, cool. Well, now I can start noticing a pattern in what I teach these people, or coach these people, or consult these people, train these people. That's where a course comes through. Versus the other way around of, I went to this marketing and business and online seminar thing, and they said that I could quit my 9-to-5 if I just had a course that was online and selling. Then I could make a ton of money, and then I would no longer need to do that, and then I can quit that job, and I can make lots of money, and I can live on a beach, and I can shoot YouTube videos like that annoying dude on YouTube who stands in his backyard in the Hollywood Hills and talks about, this is my, hey all, this is my place in the Hollywood Hills. You get where I'm going. There's a completely different energy. So I'm going to talk about in Launch 31. Here's how this all came. First, let me tell you what this course is, and then I'll work backwards from it. So Launch 31 is basically if I were sitting with a person on a step-by-step basis, showing them how I go and create a marketing-oriented website and email marketing and lead capture system. What would that look like? So let's say I did a month-long workshop where every day of that month for 31 days, I allowed you to come in here and look over my shoulder and watch as I click the buttons. Here, this is the easiest solution to get to that point where now you have a blog, you have a place to share your message, a place to start earning your tribe, to create your body of work, to start sharing your podcasts, your videos, your articles, and tell people intelligently, strategically, how, who you are, who you help, how you help them, why you help them, right? So I wanted to put that in a bottle. And the reason I got there was because so many people were coming to us and saying, gosh, I want a website and that whole system, whatever the Brendans and Jeffs, whatever that represents, I want that for my life. And so in their minds, from the outside looking in, and you're just filling out a contact form, it looks like, the website is the lever. If I just have that website, or if I just have that WordPress theme, or if I just have that cool design, then I'll have that life, right? When the reality is that it's actually has very little to do with that website. It has to do with the 10 years of constantly, consistently sharing extremely high value content and getting out there and creating high value strategic relationships. If you ever go to Brendan's Experts Academy or Jeff Walker's Product Launch Formula, you'll know that a huge lever in their business is who they've met, who they've joined up with, masterminded with, and grown with, right? So at the end of the day, the website is a minuscule part of their success pattern. That said, people still they may not need what Brendan.com is, or JeffWalker.com is, or Joe Polish, or whatever the website we've done is, but they do need a place. If I can help them understand where they're at in their business development strategy, they do need a hub, an online home for their content, and they also need to know how to articulate themselves better and create that unique selling proposition and create some of those things that many people are aware of in terms of list building at a high level. Oh, I need to have a lead magnet, but what's after that? Like, how do I actually put it on my website and make it look good and all that stuff? So there are many, many things I can teach for people who are beginning and bootstrapping to get up to the pinnacles or the mountaintops that they see their gurus or industry masters sitting on. So that basically 95% of the people who were coming to Peaceful Media were those people, the beginners and bootstrappers. And so over the last 10 years, I've had literally 1,000+ conversations with those people. And back in the day when we were a lot cheaper, doing less sophisticated work, Peaceful Media would have been a very affordable solution for them. We were doing the $2,000, $5,000 websites. These days, our work is at a different level, and so the value is higher and the price is higher. So it was very frustrating for me to hear these great people who have really inspirational messages and stories and reasons for going and sharing that story, right? You think about in the first episode, I showed that YouTube video of the woman who had rheumatoid arthritis and, took that pain and that struggle and that near like wanting to take one's life moment all the way to running marathons and feeling like a normal human being who can move again, to starting a blog, to starting to share and inspire other people. We get those all the time. We get those people all the time who've gone through that tragedy to triumph story and just want to get on a bigger platform. So it's deeply inspiring for me to hear that and go, okay, yeah, I really want to help this person. And our budgets usually start at 10K. So as much as I'm solving their problem with the Launch 31 course and helping them get something going, I'm also solving my problem. If my mission in life is to create more love and abundance and freedom for people, to love more and play more and do more good, and I'm only able to help 5% of the people who come to us, then that's just a matter of me sitting down and creating a solution. And that's where an online course is birthed. Now, the nuances and what I teach, that's called market research. Now, if you haven't done market research, if you're just beginning in this, then we've created a guide that can help you with that. And you might have seen the Facebook ads going around lately. We've been marketing this nice, great strategic 5-step process to creating a loyal audience of subscribers and customers and people who love everything you put out, and because you nailed it, right? So anyways, we put together that lead generation magnet, LGM in our world, and it's been distributing on Facebook. Let me just give you a direct link to go and opt in for this. I just created this link called peacefulmedia.com/loyal guide. Let me just make sure that's accurate. Yeah, peacefulmedia.com/loyal guide. I'll post it here in the chat, and I'll also respond to someone who's joining us here. Here we go. So there's the link to that loyal guide opt-in. Okay, so I'll take a little break here. ML, you make reference on your website that you've helped many celebrities with their website. Do you have their websites as templates that I can use for my own website with my own content, of course? ML, okay. So no, we don't have templates, but we teach how to structure your content in Launch 31. I'll tie it back to what we're talking about here. So hope that helps, ML. But okay, so at one point let me just take you through this story, through the narrative of how this was birthed. I knew I needed to create a course. I'm at Brendan's High Performance Academy. I got decisive about it. I wrote my intention. I circled it nice and big. I did my P3. Why I'm doing this, what I'm not willing to sacrifice, and how this helps the world and also helps me in aligning with my goals of creating more time and freedom and financial abundance, right? So I got all clear on that, and then I started. So when someone fills out a contact form, I'm doing discovery sessions, feeling out, seeing if it's the right fit. Again, 95% of those people wouldn't be a right fit. So I started treating those as, and I still do, as a discovery of, how can I serve you differently than we've done in the past? What services or products can I show you and give you other than this, discovery session consult? What else can I give you to help you get to that next level where you are ready for the big, huge projects? You're doing hundreds of thousands of dollars every year or millions of dollars every year, and you want to get even more advanced, right? That's where most of our services lie. But where can I help you? And so I have a whiteboard over here. I wish I could have got my laptop over there so I could show you, where I have a big headline with fears and challenges. And during these discovery sessions, I'm a big whiteboarder, so I know you could do this in a spreadsheet or a Word doc or whatever, or a notepad. But I just started writing. What does it sound like? What do these fears and challenges and obstacles that are keeping people back from having success online sound like? And the more descriptive I can get, the less generalized and trite I can get, the more effective I'm going to be as a marketer and course creator. So the things that stood out were procrastination. That's at a very high level, but it was bright, shiny object. You know, every day I'm inundated with a new tool, tactic, strategy that I need to start. That my trainers and gurus and masters, you know, and experts are telling me I need to do. And so I'm trying all of them. I'm piecemealing. I heard a lot of piecemealing. I have this going, but I don't know why. I heard a lot of, I am actually doing these things. I invested so much time and energy and money into doing a formal YouTube TV show. I went and got the big $5,000 light kits and cameras and set up a studio and green screen and all this stuff. And yet I got my stuff up on YouTube. I got like 3 or 4 videos up there, and at total they have 2 views, and I think one of them's my mom's. So I heard those stories. I heard about what is working, and what are some online assets that would amplify what is working. Say in this woman's case, workshops were working really well, like live and on-premise workshops where she would go and post something on her personal Facebook and say, hey, I'm doing a live workshop on this date and this place, and it could be at the freaking local library, right? And I'm teaching on this, and this. Come on, join. And people were coming. Okay, cool. How can online amplify that, right? So I started doing all that market research, and I'm also I'm doing a huge exhaustive list of everything that they want and everything that's in their way. And if I could show you that document. Actually, I'll post this in the Facebook group. If you aren't in the Freedom Lab Facebook group, go search for Freedom Lab Show, and you'll probably find it and ask to be invited. It's a public group, but I guess I still have to approve you. But that's where the conversation replays will be posted. You can ask questions in there as well. And in the links tab, you'll see a place where I will post, after this episode, I will post basically my Word doc that I exhausted my market research, right? So the fears, the challenges, and I went through probably 4 versions of translating those fears and ambitions, or challenges and ambitions, into the sort of promise or journey I would take people on during my course. So one of the challenges of being a teacher and wanting to help as many people as possible is that we want to cram our entire brains into one course. And I'm telling you, that is not a strategic approach. We want to find the benchmarks in the long journey to the top. So there's no way that I could teach, or that anyone I think could teach, in 31 days, which is that's a long course, 31 days. So there's no way someone can teach in 31 days how to get where Brendan's at, right? But I can show you in 31 days how to launch your blog, list building, website, mobile friendly, and articulate yourself really well, get some copywriting support, and help you create more resonance with your writing, your imagery, your design, your social media, and your content marketing, and even your videos and your photography, right? So that's a journey I can take someone. And then there's something next, right? But I needed to find where is the cutoff point of this journey in phase 1 of our journey? And then later on, when people are ready and enough people have gone through that phase of the journey, I can ask them, what's next? Where can I help you and support you next? So it's really important that you don't try to cram everything in, and that you do exhaustive market research. Again, go through that 5-step process that we laid out in our Creating Loyal Audience guide. You can find it on our blog, or you can go to peacefulmedia.com/loyal guide. And my buddy and teammate Max over here put that together with our design team. So it's really very, very solid and helpful. So let me go back over here to the chat. For the 31-day course, do I need to complete it in 31 days, or can I take 2 to 3 months to complete it? Yeah, you can take as long as you want. The construct or the premise or the promise that I wanted to make to my students was that if you have an hour or 2 per day, you can launch this in 31 days. So let's go back to the market research. As soon as I had that done, my Word doc, actually, I think that's an episode. I always have Max in my ear over here. He's talking about millennials' attention spans. So this is this is plenty for you to go and play with. You're gonna go ahead and get your Word doc out. I'll share with you in the Freedom Lab Facebook group what mine looks like after doing all the work, where I just started hammering out fears and ambitions, obstacles, and you can combine these things. Fears / challenges, and then ambitions, dreams, goals, right? And I just started listing everything. I started actually literally copying and pasting from people's contact form submissions, or taking notes right there in that document when I'm doing discovery sessions. So where do you source this material? You start asking. You start listening. And it's ideal if you're already out there with a business or something where you're invested, and it's like your whole mind is around this, and every time someone brings up one of the pain points that's related to your solution or training point or training platform, you start asking questions. What does this sound like? Just go deeper and deeper and deeper. Start getting into the nuances, the nitty gritties beyond. Let's say my buddy says, oh, God, I'm working 10 hours a day. I'm working 10 hours a day. I'm so stressed. Okay. What how does stress show up for you? Like, how do you know you're stressed? Just had this conversation last night. Oh God, I mean, my aches, my body starts aching. I get like massive headaches, migraines, pits in my stomach. I can't sleep. I just feel frazzled. You start see how those words and those flavors of stress have so much more impact now that everyone talks about stress. That's the highest level understanding or wording or phrasing, linguistics around that feeling. Now, what does it actually sound like in their heads? Remember, as one of our primary jobs as marketers, and you have to be a marketer in order to have people in your course, so just get over it. So one of our primary jobs is people who message why people should be in the course, or who this course is for, is getting inside the head, getting inside the mind of our people, so that we don't get lost in the sea of basic vernacular. If all you are teaching, we talked about this in season 1 of the Freedom Lab, if all you go out there and say is my course is all about stress busting or decreasing stress, guess what? There are 50 million solutions for that out there. And there's a lot of people using that phrase or that headline or that course title. What's your distinction? Your distinction is going to be the flavors and nuances of languaging, imagery, design, all this stuff that sets you apart. Positioning. It's your unique selling proposition. All these things. Okay. So, anyways, go out there, start asking those questions, get that peacefulmedia.com/loyal guide, and do those 5 steps. Start taking as many notes as possible, and check out the document I posted in the Facebook group. And until I see you next time in the Freedom Lab, remember you can send questions in the Facebook group. Love to get your notes. Join us live next week. I love seeing your questions. Thanks, ML. I got one more. Yep. Answer that one, ML. Okay, so I'll see you next time in season 2, episode 3, where we'll talk about how I took my market research to scale. So instead of me having to take notes all the time, I scaled up my market research, and we'll talk about that in episode 3. All right, y'all. Love ya. And until I see you next time, remember to love more, play more, and do more good. I'm out. Peace.